Today I will be doing a quick Q&A. I got 2 questions that I will be answering today. I get multiple emails on a day-to-day basis from my subscribers, and today I will answer these 2 questions, and hopefully these 2 questions will bring my audience a little bit more value and insight and knowledge for today. So real quick, on September 8th, I will be hosting a webinar. And in this webinar, I will be talking about and covering my journey, my experiences in the trucking and transportation industry, how I'm able to profit, how I'm able to make money, and also covering the different ways that I'm able to make money in this industry, whether it's having a lease-on company, dispatching, brokering freight, transporting freight, training, or whatever it is out here. So I make money in different avenues and different ways in the transportation industry. And on this webinar, I am going to share in detail how I'm able to make money, talking about numbers and everything in detail and specifics. So if you guys are interested in joining this webinar, in the description below, there's going to be a link. Go click that link and register for this webinar. So let's go ahead and roll off into these questions real quick. Let me get into my, all right, here we go. So the first question, hey Manny, I keep hearing the freight rates are low. Is this a good time to get into the business? So yes, the freight rates possibly and potentially could be low at the moment. Everybody has their own experiences in this industry. So for me, that's why I always tell you guys, go build relationships with shippers. Start learning how to dispatch. Start learning how to broker freight, especially on the broker side, because if you start learning how to broker freight and you start brokering out freight, you are building relationships with shippers already. So just imagine if you are driving a truck and you have relationships with shippers, you don't have to worry about running off the load board. I think that's where a lot of people in this industry eventually end up failing at, because they are solely running off the load board. And if you're running off the load board, it's like a scavenger hunt. Everyone is on the load board. Everyone is looking for the best paying freight. So for me, it's all about building relationships out there. Start going to shippers. Like I told you guys in a previous video, even if you have not even applied for your authority yet, in your actual area, in your city, you could start going into shippers and start building relationships with shippers. Let them know, hey, I'm about to start my trucking company and I'm about to have some trucks, and I just want to see if I could start hauling you guys freight on basically like a dedicated account, or just, as needed. But as long as you don't have to run off the load board on a day-to-day basis, you guys will actually, for me, you could see the consistency if you start building relationships with shippers out there. So right now, when he asks, is this a good time to get into the business because of the freight rates being low? For me, I always believe that there is not a good time and there is not a bad time when you're talking about business, because even once you get into the business, if the business is good and it's at its peak, you guys still will face times when the business in the industry will take a dip. And that's just business. It don't matter what business you're in. You could be out here in the real estate business. In the real estate business, you're going to have your times when the market is great, and then you're going to have the times when the market is not the best. So for me, I truly believe that there is not a good time, there is not a bad time to get into the business. The only thing that matters to me is that you make a decision and you stick with it and you get into the business, and then you prepare yourself for the times when the business is not the best. So right now, when I say prepare yourself, meaning prepare yourself for times like this. If you guys are just running off the load board and now there's not a lot of freight on there and the freight rates are terrible on the load board, so this is the time when you have to build those relationships with shippers out there, so you guys could just go directly to the shippers, because the shippers are still shipping out freight. That's a fact. You guys are right now riding down the highway. You're still seeing semi trucks with freight on it. You're still seeing hot shots with freight on it. So it's not like the freight is not moving. There's still plenty of freight out here. You guys see people on Facebook and IG still posting pictures on a day-to-day basis with whatever freight that they're hauling. So for some reason they're still hauling freight. So why are a lot of you guys out there not being able to haul freight? You know, so just start building relationships with shippers. If you guys are running off the load board, that's still fine. Just make sure that you guys are getting the best rate on the load board. So is this a good time or a bad time? Like I said, I mean, right now, this is just if you guys are solid on making that decision of starting your trucking company, I just say stick with, you know, your decision and just go execute. The next question, I'm a stay-at-home mom, is starting a freight brokerage or a dispatching company easy? So one thing about it is I don't really care for the word easy, because anything in life that you start is not going to be easy. Now, is it going to be hard? And, you know, something that could be, is it going to be hard, basically? It's just all about the effort that you're putting into it. It's not going to be easy, especially if you're starting a business. So the easy part is learning. The hard part is actually getting started. You know, the hard part is getting your business operational, getting it profitable. So for me, I wouldn't say that it's going to be easy. I just say learn as much as you can out there. Start your dispatching company. Go start your freight brokerage. The hardest part on the dispatching side will be acquiring owner-operators to dispatch for. Once you acquire one owner-operator, then that momentum, I believe, will shift in your favor. It's the same way on the actual broker side. When I first started to broker freight, I couldn't acquire a shipper to save my life. And then one day I finally secured a shipper, and then from there that momentum shifted, and then it was, you know, got easier for me. So over time, it will get easier for you, especially if you are a stay-at-home mom. I mean, you have time. You know, I know you're going to be taking care of your kids, but overall, you're going to have time to start building your business because you're not going to be in a rush. So I highly recommend you guys out there, especially you know, if you're a stay-at-home mom, is to start learning how to broker freight, start learning how to dispatch, and then you could build up your actual dispatching company, start acquiring owner-operators, and then you could start dispatching for your owner-operators. And on the broker side, you could start building your freight brokerage, and then you could start brokering freight for, you know, for shippers out here. And that could be a way that that you can actually start making money. So it's not going to be easy. Let me put that out there. It's not going to be easy, but it's not going to be hard. It's all about how much effort are you willing to put in. So I just want to end this real quick with you guys out there. A lot of people out here I talk to, and one thing that I'm noticing is that a lot of people, I don't believe that they fear leaving their 9-to-5 job and starting their business. I believe that they are letting the people around them discourage them in life. So a lot of people that you are taking advice from, or people that's giving you opinions out here, a lot of those people have never traveled on the path that you are about to travel on. So don't look. One thing with me is that I'm not telling nobody what I do. They just gonna see it. They gonna see it happen. So you don't have to tell people your next move. Only thing you have to do is go execute and let your actions speak for you. So don't worry about telling other people, because one thing about this world, and one thing that I'm starting to notice, is that a lot of people are not going to be genuinely happy for you. So what you have to do as an individual and as a person is get out here and just execute. And just step on the gas. Don't worry about nobody else, because the only thing most people gonna do is give you their opinions, and more than likely their opinions is not really going to fit your actual execution plan. You know, because 9 times out of 10, all they're gonna do is just try to discourage you out there. So hey, so hopefully this video was just able to give you guys some more insight, answer those 2 questions out there. If you guys are looking for a load board service, in the description box below, go sign up with DAT. Go get your 30-day free trial with DAT. Go sign up with Trans Am Financial, TAFS, if you guys are looking for a factoring service. If you guys have any questions out there, send me an email at broker@manixtrans.com. Visit my website, www.extraordinarymovement. It's all about that right here, EOM, extraordinarymovement.com. CEO, commit, execute, and be obsessed. Everybody be great out there.